Welcome to the Flora Sage Podcast, a place where we help you create a life you're excited about. Welcome back to the podcast. I wanted to share with you more about the big rocks concept that I spoke about in our previous episode. So I'm going to share with you the actual concept, and then I want to share something that I think Stephen Covey missed. And I was in a mastermind several years ago where we actually talked about this concept that I'm going to share with you, not the big rocks, but what he missed. And I really think that it's going to benefit you so much. So what is the big rocks concept? So essentially, the big rocks concept is, imagine that you have a bucket and you're trying to fill it with your rocks, your pebbles, and sand. How much is going to fit into the bucket? If you put the sand in first, you leave no room for the pebbles or the rocks. If you put the pebbles in first, you might have room for the sand, probably, but for sure not the rocks. The only way to fit absolutely everything into the bucket is to put the big rocks in first, then put the pebbles in and kind of scoot the bucket around so that it all settles into the cracks and whatnot. And then you pour the sand into the bucket and that fills in all the spaces. So this essentially has been one of those concepts that has been tried and true. People use it all the time. I use the big rocks concept. But the thing that Stephen Covey missed, and like I said, we talked about this several years ago in a mastermind that I'm a part of, and all of us were just intrigued and it just blew our mind about this, is if you fill the bucket completely full. So the bucket is your life. If you fill it completely full, you have no room for anything else. So the big rocks are your priorities. The pebbles are the things that matter, but they're not super important. The sand is that just monotonous, busy stuff that's really not important and typically just takes up our time. So if you take out the sand, what do you have in between the rocks and the pebbles? You have space. Space. And that space is the thing that Stephen Covey didn't talk about. Back in the day, working and hustling 24/7 was the norm. That's not the norm anymore. We do not ascribe, whatever. We do not go by and fall into hustle culture anymore. That's why so many people were having heart attacks. So many people were having high blood pressure. No, thank you. We do not go big or go home. We do not hustle 24/7. We are mindful with our time and allow for space. So what is the space I am speaking of? This is space to rest. This is space to dream. This is space to explore and reflect and play and meditate and connect and just notice. This is space to breathe. This is space to think. This is space to just have space. When you allow yourself space, what happens is you get out of that cycle of hustle. You get out of that cycle of constantly doing. And you allow yourself to get into that space of being and checking in with yourself, checking in with your intuition, checking in to see if what you're about to do feels in alignment with the phase of life that you're in and your priorities and with the dream life that you have. Like, if you truly want what you say you want, you will be ruthless about what you let in. And if you're constantly busy, you're not going to have the space to discern what is in alignment because you're going to be too busy doing. You're going to be too busy doing. So allow yourself space. Don't fill up your entire day on your planner. Leave space. Leave space for opportunity. Leave space for rest. Leave space for thinking time. Leave space for reflection. Leave space just for space's sake. And I promise you, when you have space to think, when you have space to breathe, when you have space to just be, as Ram Dass says, be here now. When we're in the now, when we're in the moment, what happens is all of a sudden you start to recognize, wow, you know what? I really don't like that wall hanging. So you take the wall hanging down. Well, what the hell, Flora? That's fucking random. Like, why would a wall hanging matter? Oh, it matters, trust me. If you have something hanging in your space that just bugs you and irks you, on most days you tolerate it. But on those days where you're extra sensitive to energies or you're just done with the bullshit, you will get pissed at that wall hanging. You will get pissed, trust me. I've been helping people for 25 years. You will get pissed. Just take it off the wall and donate it. Don't even waste time selling it. Just take it off the wall and donate it. When you give yourself space, you recognize, wow, I really love what I've done with this room. Wow, this is like my favorite blanket. Wow, this cup of coffee tastes so good. Wow, look at those hummingbirds playing outside my window. Wow, I have to go to the bathroom. Wow, I'm tired. I think I need to take a 20-minute nap, or I think I need to meditate for 20 minutes. Wow, I think I want to listen to that meditation that I listened to a couple days ago. Wow, you know what? I think I need to laugh because I'm feeling a little bit down today. When you give yourself space to breathe and just be, you give yourself the opportunity to truly come into alignment in your life. So when you go to your planner and you write, okay, what are my big rocks for this week? And what are my little rocks or pebbles? And that's it. Don't go into the sand. Don't go into all the other stuff. Leave space. Leave space. And that space will allow you the opportunity to ask yourself and truly feel the answer or know the answer. What would feel good to have done today? We talked about this in the previous episode. What would feel good to have done today? And you sit with it and you allow yourself the space to come to the answer or have the answer drop in with your intuition. And once you come into alignment like that, trust what you're getting. And that's another thing that space gives you is your ability to truly and fully and completely trust what you're getting because you know you're not making it out of urgency. You know you're not making it because you're rushed. You're making it because you feel like, yes, this action or inaction, again, like I'm going to do this action or I'm going to go meditate or I'm going to go take a nap. You're going to trust that that is the right thing for you to do because it is made from a place of calm confidence. It's made in space, like in that space of nothingness. I want you to try this out this next week. What are your big rocks for this next week? Plan one per day. And then what are the little rocks, your little pebbles? And then plan for space. Plan for thinking time, reflection time, meditation time, or time where you're just chilling out, just looking around your house without your phone, without the TV, without music, without a podcast, without anything. Just be. And pose a question. What would feel good to have done today. And notice what comes. It might surprise you, but I would recommend doing that first, if you're able to, and then see what happens. And I can guarantee you, I promise you, you are going to start to feel so aligned in your life and in your day. You're going to start to feel so focused. You're going to start to feel so in flow. And you're also going to start to feel stress melt away. One of the causes of stress is not having space. Remember, all it takes is one tiny action. And that action might be just sitting there. But all it takes is one tiny action every day to get to where you want and to create and get and have that life that you've been dreaming of. If you would like my support in your personal life or in your business, I do have spots available. Click the link in the show notes for a 1-degree life assessment or 1-degree business assessment. Let's talk. I know I can help you. I've been helping thousands of women over the last 25 years. Let me support and help you too. I love you. I hope this serves you today. I'll see you in the next episode. Also, if you've been loving these episodes, it would mean the world to me if you would rate this podcast on iTunes. A 5-star rating is what I always aim for. Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. All links mentioned are in today's show notes.